Have you ever wondered why some emotions seem to rule us, tying us down like invisible chains that dictate our happiness and peace? In our interconnected digital age, where feelings are often broadcasted as real-time updates, finding emotional stability can feel like navigating a stormy sea. Emotional attachments, though deeply human, can lead to a cycle of dependency that clouds our judgment and detracts from our inner serenity. Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers profound insights into managing emotions and fostering personal independence. Stoicism teaches us the art of self-control and rational thought, enabling us to break free from the grip of detrimental emotional ties. This video explores 9 potent Stoic rules that guide us toward mastering our emotions and achieving a detached yet deeply fulfilling life. These principles don't advocate for the suppression of feelings, but rather the wise management of them to enhance our life's purpose and tranquility. From the relentless notifications of our smartphones to the complex dynamics of our personal relationships, the Stoic strategies provided will empower you to sever detrimental emotional bonds and reclaim control of your emotional well-being. Prepare to uncover how to fortify your mind against external chaos and internal conflicts, as each rule unfolds practical and timeless wisdom applicable to modern challenges. We will discuss how embracing minimalism can simplify your life, the significance of establishing digital boundaries, and the transformative impact of reshaping your perspective to align with Stoic virtues. Join me on this journey to emotional freedom as we harness the clarity and resilience promised by Stoicism. Ready to transform how you interact with the world and perceive the challenges around you? Let's embark on a path to true emotional independence. Rule number 1. Embrace minimalism. In our journey toward emotional detachment, the first Stoic rule we explore is the practice of minimalism. Minimalism in this context isn't just about decluttering your physical space, it's also about simplifying your emotional landscape. By embracing a minimalist approach to life, you focus on what's essential, stripping away the excess that clouds your judgment and binds your emotions. Why do we cling to so many things that we don't need? Often it's because we tie our happiness and self-worth to possessions, relationships, and even ambitions that, upon closer inspection, don't serve our ultimate well-being. Stoicism teaches us that true contentment comes not from external acquisitions, but from internal resilience and simplicity. By reducing the number of our physical and emotional commitments, we gain clarity. This clarity allows us to see what truly matters, our own peace of mind, and the quality of our responses to life's challenges. Consider the digital clutter we accumulate every day, from countless emails and notifications to endless scrolls through social media feeds. Each of these can add to a sense of emotional overload, making it difficult to focus on the present moment and the real connections that enrich our lives. By applying minimalism to our digital habits, we can significantly decrease stress and enhance our capacity to manage emotions effectively. Start by asking yourself what you truly need to focus on each day. What tasks, activities, and interactions add genuine value to your life? What can you let go of? Perhaps it's unsubscribing from an overwhelming number of newsletters or choosing to engage with social media deliberately at specific times of the day rather than constantly. These choices help cultivate a more focused and emotionally stable mindset. Minimalism isn't about living with the bare essentials or denying yourself enjoyment. It's about creating space for growth and emotional freedom. It empowers you to detach from the unnecessary so you can invest your energy and emotions in what truly builds you up. As you simplify your life, remember that each small decision to let go of something non-essential is a step towards a more liberated, Stoic mindset. Rule number 2, the power of detachment. As we continue our exploration of Stoic wisdom, our second rule focuses on the fundamental Stoic virtue, the power of detachment. Detachment, as taught by Stoicism, is not about indifference or withdrawing from the world. Instead, it's about cultivating a robust inner life, where your peace and happiness are not held hostage by the whims of external circumstances or the actions of others. Why is detachment so transformative? Because it teaches us that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. This Stoic insight is liberating. It shifts our focus from trying to manipulate external outcomes, which are often unpredictable and uncontrollable, to strengthening our internal reactions, which are within our sphere of influence. Imagine the freedom of not being perturbed by a colleague's mood, the traffic in your morning commute, or the fluctuations in social media feedback. The practice of detachment begins with mindfulness, being acutely aware of when our emotions are being triggered by external factors. Once aware, we can pause and choose not to react impulsively. This pause is critical. It allows us to respond from a place of rationality and calm, rather than being swept away by initial emotional impulses. For example, when criticized at work, instead of reacting defensively, you might choose to take a moment to understand the feedback rationally and respond constructively. Incorporating detachment into daily life also means acknowledging our desires and ambitions without letting them define us or our happiness. It involves recognizing that while goals are important, our self-worth is not dependent on achieving them. This perspective helps us approach life's challenges with equanimity and resilience, reducing anxiety and stress. Detachment empowers us to live with freedom and authenticity. It enables us to engage with the world more fully, not less, because we are not overly attached to outcomes. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to practice presence and self-control, enhancing our personal growth and emotional maturity. By mastering the art of detachment, we cultivate a life of peace and stability, where our happiness is derived from our inner strength and the quality of our character, not the caprice of external events. Rule number 3, understand your social media consumption. As we delve into the third rule of our Stoic journey, we confront a modern challenge that has a profound impact on our emotional landscape: social media consumption. In today's digitally driven world, social media is a double-edged sword. It connects us to people and information worldwide, but can also lead to increased emotional dependency and a distorted sense of self-worth based on likes, comments, and shares. Understanding and moderating our social media consumption is essential for practicing Stoic detachment. The Stoics teach us to focus on what enriches our lives genuinely, urging us to question whether our digital habits serve us or ensnare us. By becoming more mindful of how we use social media, we can prevent it from becoming a source of distress and distraction. Start by observing how much time you spend on social platforms and the emotions associated with this usage. Do you feel anxious, envious, or upset after scrolling through your feed? These feelings are indicators that your consumption may be affecting your mental health. To implement Stoic principles, consider setting specific times for social media use, ensuring that it doesn't interfere with your more critical tasks and personal interactions. Further, reflect on the content you consume and share. Is it uplifting and educational, or does it provoke negativity? Make a conscious effort to engage with content that is constructive and aligns with your values, rather than content that triggers negative emotions. This selective engagement is not about isolation, but about choosing quality over quantity, which is a Stoic approach to modern information consumption. By taking control of your social media habits, you're not just limiting a potential source of stress. You're reclaiming your time and attention for activities that truly matter, those that foster real-world skills, deepen relationships, and contribute to your personal growth. Each decision to engage mindfully on social media is a step towards greater emotional autonomy and resilience, key tenets of Stoic philosophy. Embracing this rule helps us navigate the vast, often overwhelming seas of digital information with a steady, discerning hand, ensuring that our digital engagements enrich rather than deplete our emotional well-being. Rule number 4, the illusion of control. Moving into the fourth rule, we delve into a deeply ingrained misconception that often leads to emotional turmoil: the illusion of control. Stoicism teaches us a vital lesson. Much of our frustration and disappointment stems from our mistaken belief that we have control over the external world, including other people's actions, feelings, and the outcomes of events. This rule challenges us to confront and dismantle the illusion that we can dictate the course of events outside our immediate influence. The Stoic philosophers, such as Epictetus, emphasized that understanding the difference between what we can control and what we cannot is the key to emotional freedom and resilience. We have control over our thoughts, decisions, and actions, but little over anything else. To embrace this Stoic insight, start by reflecting on the areas of your life where you feel anxious or stressed. Often these feelings are connected to situations where you are trying to control the uncontrollable. For instance, you might be overly worried about a friend's life choices or the outcome of a job application. Acknowledging that these are beyond your direct control can lift a significant burden off your shoulders, reducing stress and promoting a more serene outlook. Practice focusing on your responses instead of trying to change the unchangeable. When faced with a challenging situation, ask yourself, what aspects of this can I influence? Concentrate your energy there. This might mean preparing thoroughly for a job interview rather than worrying about the hiring decision, or supporting a friend with compassion without trying to manage their life. By systematically relinquishing the desire to control everything, we not only adhere to Stoic wisdom, but also gain a profound sense of peace. This detachment does not mean we care less about outcomes or others. Rather, it helps us engage more constructively, focusing our efforts where they can truly make a difference, while remaining calm and composed about the rest. As we internalize the illusion of control, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and poise, enhancing our emotional well-being and deepening our understanding of Stoic detachment. Rule number 5. Set healthy digital boundaries. As we progress to the fifth rule in our exploration of Stoic wisdom, we focus on a critical aspect of modern life: setting healthy digital boundaries. In an era where technology permeates every aspect of our lives, it's crucial to establish limits that protect our mental health and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us the importance of moderation and self-control, which can be directly applied to our digital interactions. By setting boundaries around our use of technology, we ensure that our devices serve us rather than control us. This involves defining specific times for checking emails, social media, and other digital communications, thus preventing these tools from becoming constant distractions. Why are digital boundaries so important? Because they help us maintain focus on what truly matters, our real-life interactions, personal growth, and self-reflection. Without boundaries, we risk becoming slaves to notifications and the endless cycle of digital consumption, which can lead to feelings of anxiety and dissatisfaction. Begin by evaluating how much time you spend on your devices and what impact this has on your emotional state. Are you checking your phone first thing in the morning or throughout the day without real purpose? Try to start your day with a tech-free routine, giving yourself space to plan your day without external influence. Implement specific tech-free zones during your day or week, times when you consciously decide to disconnect from digital devices and connect with yourself or loved ones. Enforcing these boundaries might also mean turning off notifications during meals, family time, or before bedtime, creating a healthier pattern of technology use. This practice not only reduces stress, but also enhances your ability to be present and fully engaged in your life's moments. Embracing this rule is not about rejecting technology, but about integrating it into our lives in a way that respects our mental space and prioritizes our well-being. By setting and respecting digital boundaries, we take a significant step towards achieving Stoic emotional detachment and freedom, allowing us to enjoy the benefits of technology without letting it dominate our lives. Rule number 6. Detachment in practice. Rule 6 brings us to the practical application of Stoic principles, how to actively practice detachment in our daily lives. This is not about removing ourselves from the world or our responsibilities, but about engaging with them in a more mindful and balanced way. Detachment in the Stoic sense involves a deliberate effort to maintain a level of emotional independence that allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity. The practice of detachment begins with awareness. It requires us to become observers of our own lives, noticing when our emotions are being disproportionately influenced by external circumstances. This could be as simple as recognizing when we feel overly upset by a news article or a comment on social media. Once we're aware, the next step is to question the necessity of our emotional responses. Ask yourself, is this reaction serving me? Is it improving the situation, or is it simply draining my energy? One effective way to cultivate detachment is through the practice of reflection and journaling. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on the moments when you felt lost in your emotions. Write them down and consider alternative responses that align more closely with Stoic virtues. For instance, if you reacted angrily to a setback at work, how might a Stoic approach the same situation? Perhaps by accepting what cannot be changed and focusing on how to respond constructively. Another practical step is to engage in regular meditation or mindfulness exercises. These practices help ground our thoughts in the present and reduce the tendency to ruminate over past events or future anxieties. They train the mind to respond to life's challenges with a calm and measured approach, essential for Stoic detachment. Lastly, actively choose where to invest your emotional energy. This means prioritizing relationships and activities that reinforce your values and support your growth, rather than those that lead to unnecessary drama and emotional upheaval. By integrating these practices into your routine, you begin to embody the Stoic ideal of detachment, not as a form of emotional coldness, but as a way to achieve genuine freedom and resilience. Detachment, practiced wisely, allows us to appreciate life more fully, engaging with it on our terms, with a clear and steady heart. Rule number 7, understanding attachment. As we explore the 7th rule in our series on Stoic strategies for emotional detachment, we delve into the nature of attachment itself. Understanding why and how we form attachments is crucial for mastering the Stoic art of emotional freedom. Attachments, whether to people, possessions, or outcomes, can often lead to suffering when they become too tight or misaligned with our true needs and values. At its core, Stoicism teaches that unnecessary attachments arise from mistaken beliefs about what is necessary for our happiness and fulfillment. These beliefs, often influenced by societal norms and personal insecurities, can lead us to cling to things that do not genuinely contribute to our well-being. To understand attachment, we must examine our desires and scrutinize the motives behind them. Are we seeking security, validation, or perhaps avoiding loneliness? Each attachment has an underlying reason that, when addressed, can diminish its hold over us. A practical approach to understanding and managing attachments involves reflecting on the impermanence of all things. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius emphasized the transient nature of life and the importance of living in harmony with this reality. By recognizing that nothing is permanent, not our possessions, our relationships, nor our circumstances, we can reduce the intensity of our attachments and approach life with a lighter touch. Another key Stoic practice is the premeditation of losses, also known as premeditatio malorum. This involves mentally rehearsing the loss of things we value. This might sound pessimistic, but it is a powerful exercise that prepares us for inevitable changes and losses, reducing shock and pain when they do occur. It also helps us appreciate and savor our current blessings without taking them for granted. Finally, re-evaluating our attachments involves assessing their alignment with our values. Stoicism doesn't advocate for a life devoid of relationships or goals, but encourages us to choose those that align with our highest principles. This alignment ensures that our attachments support our growth and happiness rather than detract from it. By understanding the nature of our attachments and aligning them with our Stoic values, we can enjoy a more balanced and emotionally resilient life, free from the undue influence of fleeting desires and external pressures. Rule number 8. Cultivate offline relationships. As we approach the 8th rule in our exploration of Stoic strategies for emotional detachment, we turn our focus to the power of cultivating offline relationships. In an age dominated by digital connections, prioritizing face-to-face interactions can profoundly impact our emotional health and personal development. Stoicism teaches us the value of community and personal connections, emphasizing that real relationships are built through direct, meaningful interactions. These interactions, rooted in presence and genuine engagement, foster deeper understanding and emotional bonds that digital communication often fails to achieve. By investing time and energy into offline relationships, we nurture a support system that is more tactile and emotionally satisfying. Why are offline relationships so vital? They allow for a full range of human emotions and expressions that are often filtered out or misunderstood in digital formats. The subtleties of body language, tone of voice, and immediate feedback form the backbone of truly empathetic communication. Engaging with others in person also encourages us to be more mindful and attentive, qualities that are essential for building strong, resilient relationships. To cultivate these offline relationships, make a conscious effort to engage in activities that facilitate personal interaction. This could be as simple as regular meetups with friends, joining clubs or groups that align with your interests, or volunteering in community services. Each of these activities provides opportunities to connect with others who share similar values and interests, enhancing your sense of belonging and community. Furthermore, prioritize quality over quantity in your relationships. Stoicism doesn't measure relationships by their number, but by their depth and quality. Deep, meaningful relationships require time and effort to develop, but are far more rewarding. They provide a stable and supportive network that can offer comfort and guidance during times of stress or decision-making. In practicing this rule, we also learn to balance our digital lives with our real-world interactions, recognizing the unique benefits that each can offer. By valuing and nurturing offline relationships, we embrace a more holistic approach to social interactions, one that enriches our lives and grounds us in a shared human experience, keeping us emotionally healthy and well-connected in the truest sense. Rule number 9. Reframe your thoughts. As we conclude our series on Stoic strategies for emotional detachment, our final rule focuses on a critical aspect of Stoicism: reframing your thoughts. This technique is essential for mastering Stoic detachment, as it involves altering our internal narratives to foster a more rational and less emotionally charged response to life's events. Stoicism teaches that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of these events. By reframing our thoughts, we change the impact these events have on our emotional state. For example, if you lose a job, you might initially think, "This is disastrous, I'll never find another job." Such a thought naturally leads to despair. However, by reframing this event as an opportunity to find a position that better suits your skills or to pursue a new career path, you can transform despair into hope and proactive energy. To start reframing your thoughts, first become aware of your automatic negative thoughts. These are often the initial reactions we have to stressful situations. Notice when you're catastrophizing, overgeneralizing, or personalizing situations. Once you recognize these patterns, challenge them. Ask yourself, is there evidence to support this thought? Is there a more balanced way to view this situation? Practice replacing negative thoughts with more positive, or at least neutral interpretations. For instance, instead of thinking, "I always mess things up," consider saying, "I made a mistake this time, but I can learn from it." This shift doesn't deny the mistake. Instead, it puts it in perspective and focuses on growth and resilience. Regular practice of reframing your thoughts can significantly reduce emotional distress and enhance your ability to deal with challenges stoically. It encourages you not only to see the world more clearly, but also to interact with it in a way that aligns with your Stoic values of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. By mastering the art of thought reframing, you empower yourself to face life's uncertainties with a stable and calm mind, ultimately leading to a more fulfilled and emotionally detached life. As we conclude our exploration of the 9 Stoic rules for emotional detachment, it's important to reflect on what we've learned and how these principles can be integrated into our daily lives. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy of enduring hardship. It's a practical guide for achieving a balanced and fulfilling life through wisdom, courage, moderation, and justice. Each rule we've discussed offers a pathway to mastering our emotions and finding true freedom from the constraints that external circumstances can impose on our inner peace. From embracing minimalism and understanding our attachments to cultivating real-world relationships and reframing our thoughts, these strategies are designed to empower you to lead a more content and controlled life. Now, I invite you to take these lessons and apply them to your own life. Experiment with the rules that resonate most with you and observe how they change your interactions and emotional responses. Emotional detachment, as taught by Stoicism, is not about disconnecting from your feelings, but about engaging with them in a mindful, productive, and balanced way. If you found this video helpful and would like to delve deeper into the world of Stoicism and its applications in modern life, please hit the subscribe button. Join our community for more insightful content. Share your experiences with emotional detachment in the comments below, and let us know which rule you found most useful or challenging to implement. Remember, emotional freedom starts with you. Take that first step today towards a more detached and fulfilling life. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.